What's up, everybody? This is Shayne Champlin, and I am doing a video here because I said I would, and I made a comment on this ad here here on Facebook within this paid ads into traffic or into dollars group, and made a comment here and gave an explanation of some of the things that were wrong with the ad and then wrong with the landing page and how they could be fixed. So this is a more thorough, in-depth walkthrough for that. So what I'm going to show you in this video is I'm going to show you exactly how to rewrite this ad to make it compelling, to make it get a click, and to make it set the right expectations for when they land on the landing page that they're going to get what they're taking the action to get from this ad. So that's the most important part, having that alignment, cohesiveness through the funnel, setting expectations, fulfilling those expectations, and building trust through that process. And that's what creates conversion, right? So let's go to my real-time board here. So this is the original funnel, right? I went to their page, North Royalton's Martial Arts page, looked at their other ads that they have here, but this is the entire funnel. It goes from here, these ads, to this landing page. I'm going to dig into every piece here in just a second. So first, we've got the ads here, and as you can see, this is the one that was in the Facebook group here. Then this is like another version of it with the same copy. So we'll start with the ads. Now, the first thing to look at when it comes to ads is there's two purposes for the ad. One, you want to compel the user to act and click, to sign up, to visit, to do whatever, right? So the ad needs to pique their interest, pique curiosity, and get them to click based on something valuable to them. And the ad should also disqualify people who this was not appropriate for, if at all possible, right? So you want to call out the people that you want. You want to make sure that the offer also indicates intent that they have. And what I mean by that is, when I say indicates intent, that if you put an offer up, you want to make sure that if they take that offer, they're raising their hand to say, I am a qualified prospect that does have the money or wants to purchase this kind of service or product. I didn't put that in this list here, but that's important. And then the next thing is to set the user's expectations of what they're going to get when they take this action from the ad. And this is important because that should carry over into the landing page. So let's go ahead over here to these ads again, and let's look at, I made a couple of comments on them. So this ad so far, from what my evaluation of it is, the ad copy is ambiguous. Without focus and confidence, your child's happiness can suffer because bullies and lack of focus can hurt your child's success and happiness in school. That's just a sentence fragment there. Parents, you can help supercharge your focus and confidence. I think that's this. It says supercharge their focus and their confidence. And parents, you can give them A+ focus and confidence in their backpack with our program. But that's the only mention of any sort of offer, our program, right? That's so ambiguous. It's not clear. I'm surprised you're actually getting clicks on this. They're probably just ghost clicks. A lot of them can be. And then if we look down here, this headline here is kind of wasted. I don't want to be mean or anything, so don't take this as me being harsh, but it is a wasted headline, right? So right here, you want to call out the person that you're going after, that either it's parents with active children, or talk about the offer itself, right? So we'll get into the offer here in a little bit because the offer on the landing page is really weak. You want something better to get people in the door, because the lifetime value of somebody who signs up for martial arts, if it's $200 a month and they do that for 2 years, that's a pretty expensive person. So the offer is very important, but we'll get into that later. But this headline here, really, we don't have any sort of real headline that's compelling. It doesn't address a group or a person. Again, it doesn't address a real problem or a need directly. Like A+ confidence and focus is, again, a sort of a fragmented idea. So let's move over. Once you click on this ad, then we move over to the landing page, right? So we didn't really set any expectations. Go back to the ad really quick. We didn't really set any expectations here for what they're going to get. We didn't really give them a reason to click, so we don't know why they would. So the clicks that you're getting, first off, probably have no idea why they're clicking either. Maybe they're a little bit interested, but there wasn't really anything leading them to value. And so when they did click and then they land on the landing page and don't have any sort of direction there either, they just bounce. And that's why you're not getting conversions. So let's look at the landing page. So this is the entire landing page here, right? Aesthetically, I don't see there's really a problem with it, but let's look at, like, from the overall sort of top arena here. Let's zoom in. I made a couple of notes. So overall, the page just isn't clear and effective at communicating the offer or getting a user to want it, right? That's what we want them to do. If we want them to sign up and come in and visit us, we need to give them a reason to do that. It needs to be a pretty good reason. So we don't know what the offer is, so we don't even know what that compelling offer is. It's not really mentioned. There's a free introductory class mentioned here in the headline, but almost again in a passive way. We don't know why we should sign up, and the ad isn't what this isn't what was in the ad. The ad was confusing as well, so there is almost no chance of someone signing up with this current funnel, and that's why you're getting the results that you're getting. Let's dig into each individual piece here, okay? So let's look at the headline first. The headline, the notes that I put in here when I evaluated this in depth. Come on, get out of the way here. If they don't want to create or work with you to create a better offer. Oh, sorry, let me scroll up. That's actually an important piece here. This headline is playing off the idea that martial arts is going to help with self-esteem and confidence, which is fine, right? If that's the thrust of your offer, that's fine. But what's going to get somebody in the door is an actual valuable coupon or a voucher or some sort of offer that gives them the chance to experience this school and actually get a really good experience, right? Because there's a lot of schools out there, they all offer a free class. How do you stand out from them without getting them into your school to see what it's like to be there, to be part of the community, etc., etc. So next, the offer for one free introductory class, like we just said, is poor. You need to have something that gets someone in the door, something that they can't pass up, right? That's really, really important. I can't stress how important it is to make sure that your client is willing to give you a good offer to get people in the door. A great way to make sure that they understand that there's really not much risk in this is that it's only going to be applied to people who take you up on the offer, and you're going to have limited seats when you do offer something like this. And so the key here is if they don't want to create or work with you to create a better offer, if it was me, I would abandon working with that client. That's just personally me. I've been doing this for a really long time. And if the person or the company expects you to work magic without their collaboration and them working with you to create the best offer to make you successful, if they don't want to help make them successful, then I would just, as part of your screening, you'd want to ask somebody, are you willing to come up with a good offer? Because Facebook ads and their success are contingent upon an offer that compels somebody to take action. And right now, if they don't have an offer, they need to be willing to come up with one. If they're not, if I were you, I would abandon that client. Just saying so. That says a lot about whether or not they recognize the lifetime value of their customer, or if they're really short-sighted and want success in the short haul and don't care much about the long haul. So that would be a red flag for me. But if they don't want to create an offer, like if they're, if you still want to work with them, or say they don't want to create a specific offer like a coupon or a voucher, then you need to come up with some other type of offer that is going to be compelling. So that could be a guide to how to pick martial arts school. As a parent myself, I know that picking martial arts schools can be kind of a pain. Right? There's a lot of different variables involved. You got to understand who the instructor is. You got to go in and visit. It's a long sales presentation. It took us 2 hours one time, taking one of my sons in to kind of try out a school. And so parents who have been through this process at all, you could totally trip line them by saying something like, looking for a martial arts school can be a huge investment of time and resources and a lot of waste. Because you look at a lot of different schools and not having any idea what to look for, you're kind of left to the wolves out in the wilderness, right? So you offer a guide that helps them pick the best school. Obviously, you fit into that criteria, right? But you're giving them value in a way that helps them make a better decision for them. So instead of offering something like, a 7-day free passes, which is still the best way to go to get leads right away because it indicates intent, but also going a guide route could get them a free sort of sign up, and then you can nurture them with an email list or retarget them later. But again, offers everything for the quick win. If you have somebody that will work with you on the offer, that's going to get you the best results the quickest. Now, I did see on another website, I want to say another landing page. Yeah, here it is. That there was an offer from maybe one of the other ads I found on the Facebook page of 5 classes, confidence course, $35, and it includes the uniform. That's exactly what I'm talking about right there. Because another thing that this one does is it actually removes another frustration and question that parents like me have, which is like, what's the gear that's needed for this sport, right? You really got to understand your client a little bit better, I think, for you to be able to write ads and understand how they're their client is going to make decisions. But this to me is a big win. I would go with this offer all day long. $35, 5 classes within a week-long period, and the $35 includes the free uniform, so you don't have to worry about the gear. That's a strong offer, right? So anyway, that was a different offer I saw, but you could definitely, oh man, am I jacking my stuff up? All right. So let me get back to this. All right. So where was I? Did the headline. Okay, so if we look at this bottom part of the page here, it's pretty busy. This calendar is eye-catching, but I don't see its purpose. And these numbers here, 1 is down here, and 2 is up top. So I don't know if this used to be first and this one's second. But it looks like these were reversed somehow. And this is a little bit confusing because it looks like you could schedule maybe. In my opinion, if you want somebody to just take advantage and download your voucher so that they come into the place, you want to remove any distraction that could create friction for them. And so this calendar, I'm not saying that it does create friction. This would be something that you'd want to test on this landing page, A/B test. But what the calendar can do, I've seen this happen, is create a sort of barrier of like, oh, well, I can't go 6:15 on Tuesday, I can't go at 5:45 on Thursday, and I can't go at 10:15 on Saturday, so I'm not going to take advantage of this offer. When all this was meant to do is represent a timeline, but it could just be repelling people that can't fit within those specific criteria. So you got to be careful with calendars because they can not only be an attractive, but they can also deter just as impactfully. Already talked about that. All right, down here, the body copy. Again, super ambiguous body copy. Childhood education lays the groundwork for your child's success later in life. Without learning, their goals and aspirations may slip away. This actually sounds like the headline to an education website. It doesn't sound like a martial arts school. You've got to be able to tie in whatever it is that you're offering into the story that you're trying to tell. And this does not do that at all. This doesn't even talk about the offer. This paragraph would be much better utilized to talk about what you actually get when you sign up and what they can expect after they sign up so that you can remove some of that fear of the unknown and risk, okay? So the copy here is not going to convert somebody. The only thing on here on this page at this point, in my opinion, that would do a pretty good job of converting people would be these testimonials. But there's a lot more testimonials I found on Google that you can easily just take screenshots of, and I'll show you those in a variation later. Another thing that I feel like is missing from this page is the reputation that this school has. And so if you go to Google and you search for North Royalton Martial Arts, you see this show up in the GMB or the Google local business side, that little sidebar on Google. Actually, I have it up here, I think, don't I? Don't I? Yes, I do. They've got 66 5-star reviews. That is fire right there. So this right here needs to replace this, or needs to be somewhere prominently on this page as social proof, right? 66 5-star reviews, that's a big deal. And you could do the same thing, just take a screenshot of this map out of Google and link it directly to the Google results in a new window so that when they click it, they go right to Google and see that. So those are the things that I found wrong with the page. It's going to be kind of a long video, but I feel like it's justified because I'm going through what's wrong and then I'm going to show you what's right. So let's move, or how to do it right. So let's move on to the next part of this video, which is me showing you what I would do with the ad and what I would also do with the landing page, okay? So let's go ahead and look at this. So here is the ad that I wrote over here on the left. I'll get into that in just a moment. And then here are the 4 variations of landing pages that I was able to build pretty quickly within a day. And the reason I build 4 is because that's what I would test, right? I would test multiple landing pages because with one audience and one landing page, you're going to get into trouble because you don't really know what works against other things. There's a lot of things you can test both in Facebook ads and on your landing page where you convert people. So let's talk about the ad first, right? If we look at the ad here, again, the purpose of the ad is to compel the user to act and click or sign up. It's to set the user's expectations of what they'll get by taking that action, okay? So let's go back to the ad and look at it. So I kind of followed a little bit of what Billy Wilson's sort of style of writing is with these ads. If we look at the copy here, this one is because I live in Colorado Springs. We're offering a total of 30 vouchers for 7-day free trial of classes for only $25. It lets you see what it's like. Now, I didn't even think of the $35 offer that you already had in here, which I would have definitely used, but you could see it's about the same offer anyway. So the class is for only $25. It lets you see what it's like. Claim your voucher here. There's your URL. On the short version, this URL shows up right before it cuts off the text. Now, we have classes for all kids from ages whatever age up to this age, and have X number of 5-star reviews on our Facebook page, which you do. There are some of the things that martial arts, here are some of the things that martial arts will help your child with. Focus and attention in school, help and develop the discipline, help them understand and have honor and respect for others and themselves, help people learn to defend them, help them learn to defend themselves, and improve their confidence all around, and many other benefits, right? So I mentioned this here in the ad, but you notice it's not the thrust. The thrust is where I open and where I close is with this offer. So, and we want to give you the same experience before we run out of spots for this great promotion. There's some urgency there to add a little bit of I guess, again, urgency and focus for them. And that's why we're giving away 30 vouchers at $7-day, $25 trial classes. So we can see what it's like to practice martial arts as part of the North Royalton family. Tag a friend who needs to see this. Get your voucher before we run out of spots. There's my link again. And then the picture that I used was a bunch of kids. You could use pictures of Royalton's martial arts. I'm just, this is the one I use. But look again, here's the headline. 7-day trial of martial arts classes for only $25. And we do test different variations of this as well. You could do something like 5 classes. Only $25. Keep it nice and simple. I'm telling you guys, simple is what works best when it comes to this kind of stuff. The more complex you get, the more difficult it becomes. Clarity and simplicity. $25, right? You can put that in there as a headline, or any variation of that is going to be effective, right? So now we've talked about the top of the ad with the text. What I wanted to highlight here is, first, we're leading with the offer, right? We're not talking about some ambiguous messaging or what it does to confidence. We're leading with the offer because above the fold, that's what we want them to see. Down here we got the offer and it shows above the fold, so they don't even need to click to see more. But if they do, then we talk about some details. We talk about what the benefits of the classes will be. Then we talk about the offer one more time. Then we give them a call to action to actually tag people who would benefit from this, and then give them another call to action to get your voucher and click the button. And so that's how I would build the ad, or one variation of the ad copy actually. So let's go on down here. Now let's look at, instead of going to this page like the other one did, let's look at a different variation of this page that is built a little bit more around, again, the original offer, and with the intent of getting them to just take that action and back up what that decision requires to make. So this is the first variation of 4 that I did. And as you can see here, the headline is much different. There's nothing distracting, no logos up here. All I want them to see is what the offer is. Now get your voucher for 7 days of classes for only $25. Then I added a line that says only 8 spots left, and that's to create some urgency to hopefully get them to sign up today, or increase the chance of them signing up today. Next, we give them a call to action to fill in the form to the right to get your voucher sent right to your email inbox. Basically, I'm helping to set the expectation of what's going to happen when they sign up for that form to the right, removing the fear of unknown, removing the risk fear, or the fear of risk. And so then the next part, and I'll zoom into this in a minute, but we've got all of the basically details of the offer, what they get, what to expect, another discount that they could possibly get, or that they will get by signing up for this program. And then I'm also setting the expectation for what happens after they sign up. And then I've got the form on the right side here. So it's a lot more compact, right? If we zoomed in to where it would look like if we were Oops. Whoa. Anyway, if I zoomed in to the middle of this, like that on a web page, all of that would be visible in my browser at one time. So that's kind of what you want as well, for them to not have to scroll to get to the offer. So again, headline, very clear, very concise surrounding the offer, and we've got urgency here. If we scroll down to the copy here, we're going to give them a call to action and sort of set the expectation of what happens when they do. They're going to get it in their inbox. The trial includes up to 5 classes in a 7-day period. This voucher as a personal one-on-one session for your child with a teacher. You also get a 25% discount. I just added this in there because, again, the goal of the offer is to get someone in the door. That's the key, right? We want them in the door. If they sign up and their kid gets into the community, they are now sort of ingrained in there, and they're not going to want to stop, and thus that person is probably, that family is going to be a member for a year or 2 or whatever, as long as that child enjoys it. So it's worth it to lose a little bit of money at the beginning if you get a valuable customer on the back end that's worth thousands of dollars over the next couple of years, right? Unless you're short-sighted. And the business owner, if they're short-sighted and they don't want to do an offer, this is what I mean. If they're not flexible in that way, and they believe that their school is just too valuable to do an offer like that, what they already provide, then if it was me, they're not willing to bend on that because it's the most important part, I would abandon it. And then down here, if we get further down, once you fill in the form, you'll get an email with a voucher attached for you to bring in either on your mobile phone, or you can print it off and bring in the paper version. You'll also get instructions on how to use it in the paperwork, and the paperwork that you need to fill out for your child to start classes. Again, removing friction, giving them the paperwork they need beforehand so that when they get there, the waiver's been signed and all of those things have been taken care of. They can just jump right in, right? That was an annoying part to me. We got there, it took 20 minutes to get through the paperwork and all the different stuff. So again, this just comes from knowing your client really well, but you could see what I'm saying. So the next section here is the social proof, which I put down below. And we would just want that there to basically back up that this is a reputable school. But if it was me, I'd put way more on there, and I'll show you what I mean later. So let's look at variation number 2. Here it is. So this is the second variation. You remember earlier at the top I showed you that thing on Google, the block on Google that has the 66 Google reviews. This is just the exact same version I just did, but by adding that at the bottom. So you can see here that we've got this down here, and I would just hyperlink this over to the North Royalton Martial Arts Google search. Now we got some contact information over here to the left, okay, or to the right. So let's look at the third variation. Boom, here's 3. Now what I did is, and this is actually kind of corny looking, but I promise you that it works. You add in something like trustworthy, like Google at the top of your page, and especially leading with this block that shows that there are, how do I navigate around this thing? Every time I change, whoops, okay. So you lead with something like this that has a lot of trust. Google, 66 5-star reviews, and link this over to Google's page in a separate browser window. This could have like so much impact on whether or not this page converts. I promise you that it works. It does look corny, so there's more elegant ways to do it, but this in and of itself would work to convert people. So that's another variation of this page. Right, so all the copy is exactly the same. I'm just trying different sort of like layouts of certain things. So this fourth version here has got a lot more Google reviews on the bottom of it. So if we stop here at the top, same headline, same urgency there. We've got the Google block that shows the reviews there. We've got the same copy and form, but then when I scroll down here, I copied a bunch more. Oh man, what's going on? Reloading stuff. That was weird. Sorry about that. Hopefully I can cut that out. So I went to Google, and I don't know if you did this, but I went to Google and I found a bunch of Google reviews, and they're actually really detailed. So I just took screenshots of specific ones and stacked them right here, right? Very dedicated staff, friendly, high energy learning environment. Even the days my son is reluctant to go, he leaves with a grin from ear to ear. Have a high five from all. He's all benefited from this school in martial arts. North Royalton Karate School has just been totally amazing for my son and myself, right? And then we get to the bottom here after the testimonials and claim my voucher again, clicks that button and moves them right up to the form there to fill that out. So those are the 4 different variations of landing pages. And that's just the landing page, right? Well, you're going to definitely want to test the ad as well. So if I were you, I would break up your audience into 4 or 5 different segments, right? All with 100 or 200,000 people in them. If they're a little less, that's fine. What you're trying to do with this test is figure out which specific segment is going to be the hottest on this ad, and then which one's going to convert the best on the other end. Always make sure that you're setting up your campaign to count conversions. Don't do link clicks. I don't care what other people tell you. They're trying to manually hack the process by using link clicks, but I've done this for a long time, and the conversions goal objective is the one you want to use. You want to make sure that you use the conversions objective. I repeat, use the conversions objective. Reason for that is Facebook does know who's more likely to sign up because of the behavioral cues and all the information that it collects on a daily basis of people and what they're doing. It knows who's more likely to click but not sign up. It knows who's more likely to watch a video but not click or sign up for a lead form. So pick the objective that you want to pick that's going to get someone to sign up, which would be conversions. And if you can, make sure that you set up custom conversions on the back end of your site using the Facebook pixel. A custom conversion specific for this sign up so that you can separate it later on when you have other conversions that you add into the flow. You might have different guides that you're going to have people sign up for, and the custom conversion allows you to optimize that one ad to only that specific conversion, which gives you a lot more flexibility in how you set it up. So there's a lot of layers to this, but in all simplicity, remember the 2 things that the ad needs to do is compel and communicate the value so that people click the ad. Next, it's going to set the user's expectations, so whatever they get delivered when they land on these landing pages is in alignment with why they click the ad to begin with. And make sure that you focus your offer page, your landing page on value. You want to make sure that you are providing that offer that you led with in the ad. It's that simple, right? But it's a mistake I see happen all the time. So let me know if you have any other questions or want any more details of any of these landing pages or anything that I did, and I'll be happy to answer any of those questions. So hope you liked the video, and let me know down in the comments below what you think of it. Whoops.